Hello, hello everybody. Laurie here from Unique in the Creek. Hello, hello. Say hello when you come in. It is Flower Friday. I know you guys are used to Michelle doing Flower Friday, but you got me today. So say hello when you come in. We are going to, I found the most beautiful flower online. I absolutely fell in love with it, and I feel the need to recreate it. So say hey when you come in, because we're going to do some playing today. Oh, here we go. Hi, Fonda. Hi, Dawn. Hello, everybody that's jumping on. It's Flower Friday. I am not Michelle, but I am streaming on Monkey's Creations, so say hey if you're watching over there. Just trying to help a friend out. Hello, hello. So, like I said, I found the most gorgeous flower I absolutely fell in love with. Now, my front, I talk about it all the time, the front of my house, all my accessories are red. So I always put, I love to put a big red flower on my door. I have red flower hanging baskets, all kind, everything's pretty much red. On my back deck, my color, like all my cushions and everything on the back deck are this beautiful country blue color. Okay, I love this mesh. Now there is still some in stock. This is a horizontal wide stripe. It is a new color. It's called Country Blue, and I will give you guys the SKU, which is RE8900XA. RE8900XA, and it's Country Blue. There's smoke blue. There's all kinds of blue. So if you don't like this blue, you could even do another blue. Because the flower I am wanting to make, I don't know if I could zoom in any further. I put it sideways a little bigger. I want to recreate this flower. Okay, so it is a country blue flower with a solid brown center. And hello everybody, with a solid brown center. Okay, so I didn't have any solid brown centers in stock. So what I did, and I did do a quick video on how I did this, I turned this sunflower center that we sell on our webpage, uniqueinthecreek.com, I turned this into a solid brown. Okay? It's really easy to do. So you can literally turn any of your, if you don't have the correct colored center, you can. You saw the video? Yeah, it's a really quick video I did. It's super easy to do. Like I said, I wanted a deep, dark brown center, and this just wasn't it for me. So what I did was I had some of this espresso painter's touch, and it's in satin. I spray painted it. It spray paints really, really well. Oh, thank you. That was a beautiful comment. Thank you, CM. So I made it a nice, deep, dark brown with still having the look of that realistic flower center. So if you have spray paint around, check out that little video, because you don't want to oversaturate the first coat, because this is foam, and if you put too much spray paint on foam, it can eat your foam. So if you want to change your color, just check out the video. I think it's like 40 seconds. But this is what I used. I just happened to have this color in my craft room. All right, so this is the 6.5-inch faux center. So I think we got the look. We're pretty close to the look of that flower. And we're pretty close, ooh, wrong one, pretty close to the color. So I'm super excited. So I'm gonna bring you guys down to the board. Hello, hello everybody. We'll bring you down to the board. I'm gonna be doing 2 different petals on this flower. And don't be afraid to mix and match the different petals. It makes just, if you mix and match different petal techniques, it makes a very unique flower. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do today. Because I am so unique, I am making my own unique flower to hang on my deck. So let us go down. That is the same picture you have. You love that color too? I love blue and brown, especially this blue. Okay, so I'm gonna get my center ready, and all I'm gonna do on the back of your center, there is a little, you'll see a little mark on the back foam. I'm just taking one of these cable mounts and a pipe cleaner, and I like to use gray pipe cleaners. It doesn't really matter what color you use. I use gray because it matches the back of the board. Okay, I'm gonna take some hot glue, and right in the center of the foam here, I'm just gonna put a nice big dollop of hot glue. Right like that, okay? And this hot glue, make sure it's nice and hot, because when you push down the cable mount into the foam, it literally will melt right into the foam. Now push down. Now do not push down with your fingers. Push down, you can hear it melting into the foam. This technique works fabulous, okay? I know some people use, I used to use floral pins and everything. I'm telling you, the cable mount is where it's at, because it literally just melts right in there. So just push down for a few minutes or a few seconds with scissors or whatever you have. Just don't use your fingers, because the glue, you can see the glue is coming up in the middle and everything else. You don't want a hot glue burn. All right. And now my center is ready to go. I'm just going to put it to the side, and we are going to start on our flower. Now I am using 2 rolls of this horizontal wide stripe mesh. 2 rolls, okay? Because one of the petals I am doing is the Star Trek petal. And the Star Trek petal, you need quite a few petals. However, I'm going to cheat a little bit and show you a little trick I'm going to do. Okay, so I am using the large board. Okay, on row 2, I'm using the normal holes. Row 3, I'm going to be using, there is the normal hole, the 2 holes that are very close together. I'm not using those ones today. What I'm using is that center hole. So there's my normal holes. I'm using that center hole and using the larger gaps, or the larger gap there. So it'll be 2 petals side by side. And then I'm skipping the normal one here. Now you can put another petal in there if you want. I just find it's a little tight and it kind of squishes the petals if you put too many petals. So I just chose to do 2, skip the normal hole, 2, skip the normal, 2, skip the normal, all the way around row 3. So you got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 petals on row 3. Okay, row 4, I'm going to do all the holes, okay, and the shared holes. Again, we're doing the Star Trek petal, and it's kind of, it's a little smaller and slimmer, so you do need more petals, but it's super, super pretty. All right, so when we look at the back of our wreath board, row 4 looks like complete circle of stitching. And row 5, I will be doing all 8. I just preloaded 4 for right now. Okay, so just a quick recap. Hello everybody. We are doing row 2 normal holes. So I'm just preloading my board. So down, down. So there's 16 normal holes on row 2. Down. All right. Okay, so the first petal that I am going to do on row 2, and I'm only doing it on row 2. Hey Angie, hi Chris, hi Renee, hi everybody. I'm only doing this petal on row 2, and then the rest of the petals I'm doing, the rest of the flower I'm going to do a Star Trek petal. So this petal is a cone petal. Okay, this is very popular for making like dahlias and stuff like that. And I'm going to show you a really easy way to make sure your petal looks uniform throughout your whole row 2. Okay, so what I've done, I did wood burn 16 pieces of this country blue at 10.5 inches. Now it does, keep in mind, I say this all the time because, oops, sorry. On here it does say 10 inches by 10 yards. I never go by that anymore because it's never right. When you actually measure this mesh, it is actually 10.5 inches long. All right, I did bring this up to the manufacturer, and unfortunately all their tags were already made and everything, but you can see it definitely is a 10.5 inch piece. Okay, so I cut 16 of them, wood burned at 10.5, so I have a perfect square. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, which is a little different, you're going to take 8 pieces. 8 pieces, okay? You're going to have your mesh curl up. Sorry, alarm clock's up, or the doorbell upstairs. My dogs. You're going to take 8 of your pieces. You're going to turn it in a diamond shape. And then I'm going to take this ruler. I actually got this long ruler cutting thing with my cutting mat. I'm going to take it, and for the first 8 pieces, now pay attention, for the first 8 pieces, I have my factory edge on the top left and bottom right. And that's how I always make my petals, right? Top left, bottom right. You're going to take 8 of these square pieces, turn it into a diamond shape with the top factory edge on the left and the bottom right, and we are going to cut this square piece in half right down the middle. So you're just going to take your rotary cutter and just give it a cut right down the middle. Okay, so when you're finished cutting your 8 pieces, you will have 16 half pieces with the factory edge. Oh, here they come. With the factory edge on your right, okay? Oh, that was a fast beach day.
Not really.
I'm on live just to let you guys know. That was the you guys just left at what, 1 o'clock, didn't you?
12:30.
Oh, was there a lot of people there?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it got like kind of crazy, so we left.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we're gonna have 16 pieces of a triangle just like this with the factory edge on the right, okay? Once you're finished cutting those 8 pieces, then you're gonna take the next 8 pieces. Again, these are wood burned, and there's my square. This time, I'm gonna cut the 8 pieces where my factory edge is on the top right and bottom left, okay? So curl up, diamond shape in front of you, this next 8 pieces. is top right, bottom left. Alrighty, that was pretty easy. That's what we need to do for row 2. Okay, so once you have those cut, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make the petal. And like I said, it's like a cone petal, kind of a cross between a cone petal and a DeMichael petal, okay? I'm gonna take one piece of the triangle. So I have 16 half pieces on the right side of me and 16 half pieces on the left side of me. So I keep them separated. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this left hand factory edge piece and we're going to put a right hand, so right, see how it's the right hand, the right is the factory edge there. We're gonna put those two back on top of the left one and I'm gonna clip the top corner, okay? Then I'm going to make sure that the edges run along each other. And I'm just going to take one of my clips again and just keep that right there. And then I'm going to do this side as well. When you do it like this, you get a really easy way to make a perfect petal, okay? So this petal has 2 factory edges showing. So you don't actually see the cut edge on either piece. Pretty cool, eh? And then what I'm gonna do is I have it on my cutting mat and from the one corner to the other corner is 15 inches. And I'm gonna put it on my cutting mat and I'm gonna take this corner and I'm gonna bring the whole thing over to about 7.5 inches. So this corner is right in the middle of my fold here. Okay, trust the process. Then I'm going to take this one and bring it just slightly over the 7.5 inch. And when you do that, your fold or your corners up here are exactly the same length, okay? So we have like an envelope type formation here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pinch right in the middle where I fold it over those corners. And then I'm gonna bring the top corner into the center. So I just pinched it and bring it to the center. The bottom one, pinch it, bring it to the center. And this is what we have, okay? Now I'm going to take this end, put it into my zip tie, about 1/2 inch in or like a fingertip. Just make sure that they're all, the tips of your petals are all the same length. Alrighty, snip off your zip tie tail. You can remove your pins and it looks like one uniform petal. So if you're like me and you I just can't do the corner thing because I'm just not OCD enough, I guess. But when you do it this way, you always will make the perfect petal. Okay, so let's do it again. And you can do your whole wreath like this petal. It looks really, really pretty. It actually looks like a real dahlia. However, I'm not going for the dahlia look, but I also didn't feel like making 32 extra Star Trek petals to do row 2. So that is why I'm doing a larger petal on row 2, and then the rest of my flower is going to be those smaller dainty petals, okay? So again, I'm going to take a triangle piece. It's on my factory edges on the left on this one. Then I'm going to take another triangle, which is the right. And I am going to match up the corners right at the top here. Put my little clip on. We're going to match up the sides here. And I just put another clip on. And these are just little sewing clips that you can get from Amazon. You can also use, we have these clips in store. You can also use these ones to hold it. I like these ones. They're a little smaller and lighter for this. Okay, so there's our piece. And it looks like both factory edges are on each side. Again, I'm going to put it on my cutting mat. And it's about 15 inches long at the bottom here. So I'm going to fold this corner in to the 7.5, just past 7.5, because we want a little bit of an overlap. Okay. Well, I'm live on her page, so Diana, if somebody wants to let her know. All right, and then we're going to bring the right or the left side over past the 7.5. Again, you got this thing that looks like a envelope. I kind of swing it to the left only because I'm right-handed, and then I'm going to pinch right in the middle where the two corners overlap. Pinch the top, bring it into the center. Pinch the bottom, bring it into the center. And then again, you made a perfect dahlia petal. Or cone petal, or whatever you want to call it. Now, you could even do it if you don't want it curving up, because you can see how it curves up. If you don't want it curving up, you can put it in where it's curving down. If you put it in when it's curving down, it looks like a Dean Michael petal. Okay? So we got 3 more. So I got lefts. Okay, take one. There's a left. There's a right. Yes, I'm using 2 rolls of mesh because I'm doing a Star Trek petal for the rest of the flower. Okay, we're gonna clip it, clip it. Now it looks like one uniform piece. Put it down. Bring it over to about 7.5, just past 7.5. Then the right over just past 7.5. And you can see right here, they're both the same length. Pinch it right in the middle where you brought the 2 corners. Pinch the top, bring it to the center. Pinch the bottom, bring it to the center. And you can form it, which is really nice with horizontal wide stripe. Okay, and there's your petal. Now, if you flip it over and put it in, it gives the appearance just like a Dean Michael. So that is another way you can do a Dean Michael petal and keeping your corners in this the same. All right, but I want it facing up. All right, 2 more. So if you're just joining us, I will show you my inspiration. This is my inspiration. Hopefully you can see that. There it is. See how, so the brown, and I did my center brown, and then it's a blue sunflower. Hopefully I can get the look. get those little strings if you do have some. Like I said, I did wood burn only 16 pieces. You don't have to wood burn your pieces for the Star Trek petal, okay? Because the Star Trek petal, you don't see any of our edges. I know, Tina. Tanya lives in Windsor, Nova Scotia, where they are trying to shut down the bridge or something. I don't know. It's affecting her, and they did it literally last minute. So she's in a little bit of a panic, and I don't blame her. First it was Alberta, now it's Nova Scotia. I don't know what the heck's coming on, or going on. This is a cone petal, and I am using horizontal wide straight mesh in country blue because it's the same color as my backyard furniture. Alrighty, now this is the last one on this row, and I'm only doing this row with this petal. And like I said at the beginning, don't be afraid to mix and match petals on different rows, because it'll give you a totally unique and different looking flower. Oh no, really, Tina? Oh, I'm so sorry. Yikes. Alrighty, so we are done that row. That was 16 of those. Isn't that pretty? Now, like I said, I can continue. I could have continued on with this, but I didn't really want a dahlia looking thing. I only was lazy and didn't feel like doing 32 Star Trek petals. Okay, now we're on to the Star Trek petal, which is going to be the rest of the flower. Okay, we are still using a 10.5 by 10.5 piece of mesh. This, for the Star Trek petal, you do not have to wood burn, okay? You can just cut it with your rotary cutter, because you're not gonna see any edges. So what you're gonna do for this, you have your 10.5 by 10.5 in front of you, or if you're using 10 by 10, whatever you're using, make sure it's a square, okay? Turning it to a diamond shape, factory edge on the top left, bottom right, taking the top corner, bring it to the bottom corner, and I do clip the corner there. Okay, and I'm matching up the edges. Bye, girlies. Are you leaving too, La?
I don't know yet. I might.
Are you going out sunning again?
No.
Why is your belly all red?
Because I was wearing this top.
Oh. Okay, so sorry about that. The girls are leaving. Bye, girls.
Bye.
Triangle. Okay, now what I'm going to do is my right corner here, I'm going to take it, so it's a diamond shape, right? And follow my tattoo is always my right hand. Right corner, I'm bringing it right over to the left corner and matching it up. Okay, now you want to make sure you fold it the same way every time, so you have this edge, this double edge on the same side every time. Okay? And there we go. And this is why we call it the Star Trek petal, because it kind of, when we start it, this is what it looks like. It kind of looks like the Star Trek emblem, and that's the only reason we called it like that. Okay, so this is the top of our petal now, because we have like a smaller triangle now. This is the top. I'm just going to swing that to the left, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this corner and this corner together. So what you can do, you can slide it together like that, okay? Kind of looks like a shoe or a clog or something. Or you can just fold it in half and make sure that the corners match up. Either way, whatever way you do it, fold it in half or just slide it, you're going to end up with the same look, kind of looking like a clog, right? And then what you're going to do is, and I was watching Carrie from Carrie's Wreaths, and she does a good way of teaching it, so kudos to you, and I'm giving you a shout out, Carrie. What she does is this point or this raised part right here, she just takes her finger and presses it down right into the center. So you see how this buckles there? Do that again. Just when you have it like this, push right down in the center, and where it buckles, we are going to pinch that together and then flatten it. So this is kind of what we have. Okay, then I'm going to bring this top right into the center, the bottom into the center, and there we have our Star Trek petal. Okay. Now, I like when I'm doing Star Trek petals, which I don't do often because I hate making them. They do take a bit. So when you're charging for a wreath like this, you're not actually charging, well, you're charging for your supplies, but you're more charging for your time, because this one does take some time. So what I do is I like to put the little band around them, and you all know what I do. I toss it into a laundry basket. So of course I made all my petals upstairs. And that's like the perfect Star Trek petal. All right, and especially if you band them, I cut a little bit of the excess off, and then I toss it into my laundry basket. So we'll do it again because we need, right, Judy Baker, it's a long time, but it's one of those petals, once you get your mesh cut, you can definitely sit and watch a movie and just fold petals and toss into your laundry basket. That's exactly what I do. I think I watched Vanderpump Rules yesterday while I made all these petals. But we're needing 16, 32, and then another 8. You need 40 pieces, 40 Star Trek petals, because row 3, is 16, row 4 is 16, and row 5 I'm doing 8. Now, had I done row 2 as well with Star Trek petals, I would have had to have done another 32. Yeah, no thank you. So, we are mixing and matching petals. So let's do that again. Yes, you do need 2 rolls. You got your perfect square. You're going to put it in a diamond shape. You're going to bring the top corner down to the bottom corner. Match up the edges. Okay, just like that. So you have a triangle. Taking the right corner, bringing it right over to the left corner. And we have our Star Trek petal. Actually, it goes this way. Again, I want to make sure that the open side is the same every time. All right, and then you're going to take this corner and bring it right up to this corner. So we got kind of like a shoehorn thingy or whatever, you know, those things that go in the shoes. Take the raised part, take your finger, just push it down right in the center and bring those 2 edges together I just kind of flatten it out, and then I'm going to bring the side, the top in, the bottom in, and we have our Star Trek petal again. And I'm going to put a rubber band around them. Okay, I'll do, I think I need a couple more. And now you can see why we don't wood burn this one, because you're not seeing any edges like you see, for instance, on this petal, right? We're not going to see any frays or anything like that. So you don't need to waste your time wood burning the mesh for these Star Trek petals. Okay, so now you have to figure out if you want your Star Trek petals to come upwards like I'm doing. And again, I'm doing it like that because when I was looking at my picture, you can see that the petals are all these little petals are kind of coming upwards. So that is why I'm gonna do my Star Trek petals kind of scooping up. And to do that, so you can either put your petal in like this and have it going downwards. Okay, and you can see that there's that divot right in there. Or I like to, how did I do that wrong? I hope I didn't do all of these wrong. Oh no. Okay. I just push that divot or that center thing, I push it down so it's kind of open here. And then I'm putting the end right into the zip tie. And I'm just putting it, now I'm not really paying attention to how much of this tail I'm putting in. I'm paying more attention of where the tip is, and that all my petal tips are the same length. Okay? But if you make your petals the same way for each one, they pretty much always work out the same. It's just how you put it in, how far you put it in. Okay, and then on the left here, you can see all my petals are open towards the left. Okay, so there's a few ways that you can use this petal. And each way, depending how you put it in, each way will give it a different look. I wanted mine a little more 3D. You may not want to do it this way. You can see how it kind of is raised a bit. You may not want to do it this way if you have a screen door, right? Because it won't fit, it'll squish it. So you may want to have your Star Trek petals facing downwards, and it won't be as 3D, okay? So I'm just pushing that middle in, cut some of this bulk off, put the end in, and zip it up. And before I do it really tight, I'm just making sure that's the same length. So like I said, see how I didn't put one in the normal holes there? Had I put one, oh, this one's looking funky. Had I put one in all the holes, everything would have looked really squished. So that is why I didn't do that. Hello, hello. Thanks for joining me for Flower Friday. So Michelle will be not next week, the week after. I think we're in Chicago then. We'll figure out the next Flower Friday, I believe. Oh, this one's backwards. Okay, when you have to fix something, watch how quick it is. Snip out the zip tie. We are in Chicago, so I'll have to figure out when the next Flower Friday will be. And I do believe there was quite a few of you wanting to do the Sarah flower, to learn the Sarah flower. So I did ask Michelle for her next Flower Friday to do the Sarah flower because she's amazing at doing them. Way better than I am. I've only done one Sarah flower and that was enough for me. But she's got it down pat, so that's what she will be doing. I just have a bowl, cut off a little bit of the excess. Again, making sure that your edges are facing the same way. No, I put it in backwards. But it's very easy to fix. Ooh, this is going to be stunning. I am using a horizontal wide stripe mesh. It's my very favorite mesh. It's very vibrant in color. It's very similar to a poly burlap, just not as soft. You know how poly burlap's nice and soft and pliable. However, this doesn't fray like the poly burlap does. So it's much more forgiving. I know it's going to be so pretty. And I will be adding a touch of brown into my row 5 petals. So don't go anywhere. Need a zip tie. So after I was done, if I was not teaching, when I was done folding petals, I most definitely would have built my flower right on my lap as well. The only thing you really need to do at your table is cut your mesh. Get yourselves a little, I have my little pink cutting mat that I use on my lap all the time. This is my dog's. She's a freak. She was why I couldn't go live this morning. I had to go take her to a vet meeting. Now, if you don't want to spray paint a flower center or anything, we got gorgeous, I should have brought one down, centers that are hexagon glitter, and they are super sparkly and really pretty, and there is one in brown if you wanted to do like a sparkly center. I have a Morkie who is like, well, she used to be 5 pounds, now she's fat. Like the rest of the family. So she's about 6 or 7 pounds now. And I have a Great Pyrenees. Well, she's a Great Pyrenees mixed with a Bernese Mountain Dog. And they think they're twins. Yes, they think they're twins. They're like Milo and Otis. Remember that movie, Milo and Otis? I love that movie. Yeah, if you did the extra holes too, you definitely would be really squished. And you'll be using much more mesh than you needed to do. Yeah, one big, one small. And both of them are getting old. Duchess is going on 11 now. And big dogs don't tend to live as long as little ones. So we can see Duchess going downhill pretty fast, unfortunately. Like when I took her to the spa the other day, she couldn't even get up into the car. Okay, that is row 3. So that was 16 of them. This one sticks. So this is a zip tie gun. If any of you are like, love to use zip ties like me, this does save your hands because there's a slit right here and you slide the tail of that zip tie into the slit of the gun here, pull the trigger, and it pulls your zip tie and cuts it at the same time. I love this mesh. It's very, all the colors are nice and vibrant. It's all plastic, so it can go outside. Alrighty, so that's row 3. Now we're doing row 4, which we are doing the regular holes and the shared holes. So another 16. Oh, she's barking because Dave's outside. And you can obviously do this flower on a small board as well. But the wall I'm putting this on is fairly large, so that's why I'm using the large board. I like my large flowers. Alrighty, so that's the first one. So it's setting the length for the rest of the petals. Hi, Bren. How are you doing? I don't know if he's chasing squirrels or if he's out there watering his garden. I don't know. Oh, that's right. I was going to put the picture of the squirrels, his squirrel plastic forks and everything. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. And it doesn't work. I did put the wire things in from my live the other night. I did stick them into my raspberry plant. So I haven't been outside to see if it worked. Isn't it pretty? It's great to use different petals. Gives it a whole new look. Oh, did I miss Braden's birthday? Oh, I'm sorry. I've been so busy. Well, happy birthday to both you and Bray. I'm so sorry I missed your birthday. Oh, you had a surprise party? Oh, well, happy birthday, my friend. I'm terrible. I'm a terrible person. I miss everything. So I have a couple pieces that are not folded yet. So I will do the fold again one more time for those of you who just joined. And this is the Star Trek petal. And it's a really nice sunflower petal if you don't want to wood burn. Oh, really? That's cool information. All right, let's do a petal again. My mesh is 10.5 by 10.5, so I have a square, turning it into a diamond shape. Factory edge, top left, bottom right. I'm bringing the corner. Doesn't matter if you bring the corner up or down. We're going to match up the edges as best we can. Okay. The way I folded it, I brought my left corner over to my right. That way the open edge is on the right side for each and every petal. Okay, so there's our Star Trek shape. Oh, it's your birthday too? Well, happy birthday, Joanne. Hello, everybody that's joining us. And then we're going to slide these two corners together, or you can just fold it in half, line up those both sets of corners just like that, and you have kind of a shoe. Okay, you're gonna make sure you hold on to that bottom there. You're gonna push that middle down, and it makes these two indentation things. We're gonna squeeze those together, and then bring the top edge to the center, bring the bottom edge to the center, and there is our Star Trek petal. Now, if you don't want to use rubber bands, what you can do is I'm going to cut some excess off. I'm pushing my center right down because I want it sticking up, so more of a 3D effect. And I'm putting it right into the zip tie. And again, both of the folded edges are on the right-hand side. And then do it up. But it is easier if you can pre-do them already. You just grab them out of your basket or your box or your tote, whatever you're throwing it in. Yes, happy birthday to everybody that's having birthdays. Buildings collapse. Why did buildings collapse? 61 years young. Well, congratulations, Joanne, and a very happy birthday. I hope you're having a wonderful day and you continue to have a wonderful day. So again, you need, if you're gonna do it like me, you're gonna make it like Laurie, like my shirt. There's the merch. You need 40 of these. And then row 2, I used 16 of the cone petals or dahlia petal. Ooh, this is going to be so pretty. Thanks, Tina. What about the hat? We now have Unique in the Creek hats in black and white. Actually, the hats are nice. They have a leather patch on the front with the Unique in the Creek logo. I had to have hats because I wear baseball hats all the time. It's kind of my signature thing. You're waiting for the brown. I'm getting there, Renee. Be patient, my friend. We're getting there. I'm just talking a lot. So if you do buy shirts and hats and everything, and all this, like the merchant or apparel on uniqueinthecreek.com, it does get shipped from a third party. So if you order it and you order like supplies, your shirts and hats and everything come separately. You love your Make It Like Laurie shirt? Well, thank you. I love mine too. This one's not folded right. We'll put this one to the side. I don't know how I folded it, but it doesn't look correct. Oh, hi, Sparrow. How are you doing, my little Suzanne? We are making a bluish, well, a blue sunflower for my back deck. And there's the inspiration. I can't wait. Almost done. Hello, Regina. Oh my gosh, all my friends are coming on. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. It's Friday, Flower Friday today at Unique in the Creek. Did I just zip tie my zip tie into a zip tie? I miss your face too. Yes, go on over to Michelle's page and watch from there. We're trying to get her, oh, this one's going to be a center one. Get her algorithms up, give her a little love there. She may be live sooner than we think. I think she's getting her internet installed right now. Hi, Ella. Hi, Tony. Hi, Virginia. Oh, you're making a butterfly? Yes. Getting ready for a craft show on Sunday. Are you in the craft show, Jenny, or are you just going to one? Hi, Jean Ann. How are you? All right, 2 more in this thing, and then we're going on to the brown, Renee. Now, I don't even know if it's going to look good. If not, that's okay. I'll just continue with doing these. Finish off the flower with just the Star Trek. But I was going to try something different because that's what I like to do. Oh, this is going to be this pretty. Okay, one more. All right, squish her in there. So that is row 4. Stand up, make sure they all look the same. Now it is a flower, so it doesn't have to be perfect, but it's not a real flower, so you kind of want to make it as perfect as you can. Looks good. All right, so go around and cut these out. Now again, I have mine more of a 3D. If you put your Star Trek petal facing down this way, then it won't be 3D and it will fit between two doors. This is a country blue. It's actually really pretty mixed with the smoke blue as well. So if you like blues, and you want a two-color one, I would recommend the smoke blue and the country blue together. Very pretty. Yeah, the outside petal, I just did the cone petal, because I'm too lazy to make all kinds of Star Trek petals for that. All right, now I'm going to, where's our brown? Let's see how we're going right now. Ooh. It's pretty close, isn't it? Wow. So I did spray paint this. You can check out the cute little video I made. It's very easy to do. Okay, I do want to add, what I'm going to do is add a little bit of brown into the middle of the blue so that when it comes out, we got some brown. Hold on, turn that around. Okay. We're going to add a little bit of brown just to make it more a wow. So, how I did this, oh, and I didn't list this. Guys, this is really thin mesh. Using the really thin mesh for what I'm going to do right now is a lot easier because you just need a little piece of it, and it's more of like an inner insert into the petal. So we're going to make the petal exactly the same like we did this Star Trek one. So again, I just cut it with a rotary cutter. I do have this mesh. I will list it. So if you do want to make one like mine and you do want the brown mesh like this, I will list some. The number is going to be X as in X-ray, B 9051038BB. Okay, this is an amazing mesh to do what I'm going to do. And you can use it for any color. So if you did a yellow sunflower and you want to do the same effect I'm going to do with the blue, you only use 8 pieces. So you will have a lot of the mesh left over. You'll have a lot of the mesh left over to do more of these petals. Because like I said, you only need 8. So we're making that Star Trek. I'm bringing it in. Same thing. It's a little trickier because this is really thin. And look how small the petal ends up because the mesh is so thin. Okay? So when you're using, this is good for, I would not make a whole flower with this, nor would I make a whole wreath with this, but this is perfect to do a little insert into your petal like that, okay? So I'm going to just clip this. I am going to take the elastic band off this, okay? I'm going to slip this right on. And it's going right in the center, just like that. So it's just kind of like the inner part of the petal. It just makes it look a little different. Make it a little shorter there. All right, we'll cut this off. And I got just the 4 zip ties on row 5, the shared ones. So the longer holes, I'm doing those first. So there's one. So when you see, it just brings that brown into the blue so nicely. So can you imagine this with even like yellow mesh or orange mesh, or, you know, just bringing that brown right in. And you can do this with any colored mesh. So if you have an orange center and you want to bring orange into, you know, your yellow wreath, you can take a piece of orange and just make an insert as well. Just want to make sure it's the same. It's good. Yeah, we'll make the center pop, and it's bringing some of that brown into from the center up into the flower. Did you get that, Renee? Hi, Jackie Blewett. It's Flower Friday. We are making a pretty blue, sunflower-ish type flower. You're doing kerfuffle centers. Go, and one more for that, and then we'll go and do this thin stuff is hard to work with. But like I said, it's really not bad for doing what I'm using it for, so. Doesn't sculpt very well either, but it looks like a lotus flower. It can be whatever you want it to be flower. Okay, there's the 4. Now I'm going to cut those off, and then I'm going to preload the other 4 holes. Now again, if you face your petals the other way, it's not going to be as 3D as this one is. So now I'm just going to go down here to here. Do it up. Put the zip tie in right. Oh, good God, in the garden. I really need to, I say that every time I'm live, I really need to bring my glasses down. I'm like blind as a bat, so trying to see clear colored zip ties. Oh, well, thank you. Can't wait to put it out on my deck. All right, we have 4 more. Okay, I'm going to finish it off with the same petals. Anybody got plans this weekend? I'm going in the warehouse tomorrow. I have some stuff to do in there. Joy. So if you do the 4 and then you slide in the other 4, it works so much better. Now this, you guys probably know that we had a flash sale, and I did put together some ombre kits, flower kits, that included this, the glitter centers and everything. This flower would be really pretty, like this style, using the ombres. Because you don't have to heat seal it then, and you just have to kind of fold your mesh. Take a while, but you know, we have nothing else to do we? Okay, one more and we're done. Almost done. Hello from Kentucky. Last one. Making sure they're all the same length. Zip that last bad boy in there. That's pretty cool, my friends. Alrighty. Oh, I didn't even have some extras. Okay, now I'm going to take my center, and this is the spray painted one I did. And when you flip it over, we have it all nice and neat. I might as well put my hanger on. Okay, I'm just going to put a zip tie from one hole to the other. We're going to make a hanger. Okay. Cut this off. Lock it. And then I'm just, with my 2 ends of my pipe cleaner, I'm just going right down the center holes. It's going to be a little bit of a tight fit. Actually, I might not even be able to go down the center. I can't, there's a lot of stuff in there. So what you can do is go down one hole and directly across the other with your pipe cleaners. Or you can clean up your center there. I don't feel like cleaning up my center. Nobody sees it anyways. So I'm going there and right there. And we're going to kind of nestle this in. So see where I went? So I don't have to fool around with the center there. Give it a nice tug, twist that pipe cleaner. We're going to cut a little bit of that off. And just go down. Go back down the holes. We'll keep it nice and clean. So if you are selling this, you're going to tape your business card on the back, or you're going to put a sticker, or even write with your, maybe a little Sharpie marker, you can write on this and everything. Just your business name for if they want, you know, a Christmas one or something, they'll know where to come. All right. And there we go, my friends. I'm going to go around and make sure all my petals are looking good. You did all this work, so you want to make sure everything looks good. So take the time to go around, straighten up your petals. Make sure there's no gaps or anything like that. And then when you put it on the door, you don't have to touch it again. It's not like ribbons and bows and stuff where they, you know, every so often you have to keep fixing them. Here we go. Isn't that beautiful? Now, besides, I didn't do, stop it. I kind of did mine a little bit different, just adding that little bit of brown on the inner ones, but it's pretty close to what I was going for. Now, I did buy at Hobby Lobby, you can buy these, bought these little clips. I could put a blingy butterfly on it. Probably leave it simple, but you can. I could put a butterfly on it. And I also bought this. This is really pretty. It's like for, I think it might be, well, obviously jewelry. It's a dragonfly with bling and everything. And it was $4.99 and I got it for 50% off. And I was thinking of just gluing it right there. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. And it's got jewels on it. It's metal too. It's very pretty. Anyways, yeah, I like the dragonfly too. It's in the, like I said, in the jewelry section. Jewelry goes on sale for 50% off every other week as well. It was $4.99, so this was $2.50, but it is metal. It's got some kind of pearl kind of stone in it with all kinds of bling. Very pretty, very subtle. Like they have.
Sure, I understand.
Oh, Siri, I wasn't talking to you. There's a butterfly that's all blinged up. You can buy that in the jewelry section too. It's just a nice little touch to add to your wreaths if you want. And it doesn't cost a ton of money. And this flower does measure 26 inches. 26 inches. Should I put the dragon? Yeah, I'm gonna put the dragonfly on. I'm gonna cut this little loop so it doesn't look like there. Doesn't look like a jewelry thing. Perfect. Put some hot glue on it. Now you might want to use E6000 for something like this so it doesn't fall off in the heat. Because we have to remember when it's this time of the year, hot glue can melt. Oops, you guys are not even seeing me. But it's not hot enough here for it to melt off. There we go. That's it. There's the side. So it's not too deep, but it wouldn't fit between two doors. But like I said, if you flip your Star Trek petals going the other way, it will fit between two doors. Alrighty, my friends. You're totally making it awesome. I can't wait to see it in different colors. I can't. And then the brown you know, if you keep using a brown center, you can still use got lots of brown mesh. But I didn't quite totally use 2 rolls of the mesh, but you do need 2 rolls. 1 roll isn't enough. All right, everybody. Thank you. I can't wait to go take a picture of it. I'm going to go hang it up by my deck right now. And maybe I'll go live and I'll show a quick live. I'll show you guys it hanging up, and then I'll show you guys Dave's squirrel fortress around all my plants. Anyways, thanks for joining me. I would love if you could share this and like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're working really, really hard to teach you guys. So the only thing we ask is, you know, just give us a like and a follow, especially my Facebook page. It's stagnant. Okay, there's 1 million. We have a lot of Facebook watchers, and I'm almost at 60,000. Almost. Help a girl out. I want to get to 60,000 and we can give some more giveaways. More giveaways. No, the blue it's a horizontal wide stripe. So it's a fairly inexpensive mesh, and it's similar to poly burlap, but I actually like it a lot better. It's a lot vibrant than poly burlap and a lot less expensive. It's literally half the price. Okay. Oh, thank you for sharing. Thank you, guys. And have a wonderful night, and happy birthday to all those that are celebrating their birthday. And I'll probably see you tomorrow.